Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I haven't done a long length video like this in a minute, so we are well overdue and I'm super excited to give you guys this life update, and we're just gonna have some fun, throw on some makeup just so that I'm doing something during this video while we're chit-chatting. And I just wanted to kind of sit down and do this because I missed it so much. I've been killing it with the short length content, so if you guys follow me on TikTok or on YouTube Shorts, those are probably the two that I post on the most. My views have been holding strong. I've been like in the 2.3k views and up, so I really appreciate the views. And if you're interacting with my videos, I appreciate it more than you know. It means a lot to me and it just really motivates me to keep going. So yeah, I'm excited to do this look with you guys. Right now I just finished using some topicals. I actually have this shirt on that I got from one of the events I recently went to, and I have been outside, you guys. I've been outside. I've been just saying yes to everything, but of course having those boundaries in place as well for times when I need to just take some time to myself. I just, like I said earlier, I kind of took a break from doing the long length videos because it just wasn't really getting the interactions that I wanted. But personally, for me, I love long length videos. I think that they allow you to have something playing in the background, and if you're really into the person you're watching, it just makes it fun to kind of have like those conversations with yourself in your brain. I might be weird, but that is how I interact with people when I'm like watching somebody else's videos. I'm like thinking in my brain and like having that conversation back and forth, but that's just how it goes. So today we're going to be working with a few different products. I have been loving and been getting the most compliments on my Halo Glow with e.l.f. I got this in the shade 2. It's fair light, and you guys already know I'm a fair skinned girl, so that's what we're going to be using today. So yeah, first of all, I hope all of you who are watching this video, I hope you're having an amazing day today, and I hope that this video kind of gets you excited for something that's coming up in your life. So right now I am 1 month away from doing the Long Beach Marathon, and originally I was going to do the actual marathon, like 26 miles. I had my mind set on it, and my younger sister was like, we want to do the marathon together, blah blah blah. She wants to do it for her birthday. And I told myself in the beginning, like, girl, you have never done a marathon, let alone have you done like a 5k or even like a 10k. Like, how are you going to commit to that? And just like the training, like I was thinking of all the like little details, because I feel like it's easy to say you're gonna do something big, but it's harder to actually like sit there and discipline yourself to actually train for it. So long story short, we signed up for the marathon, and I have been training for maybe 2 months now, if not a little bit longer. And if you guys want a video or an update on the training, I can definitely make like a more in-depth video about that. But I'm sure you guys have seen this craze, and it probably started from a lot of the influencers you guys watch on YouTube that are doing like a lot more running content. So honestly, I have been a small runner for a very long time. Now, what I mean by small runner is that I'm not out there running like miles and miles, but my older sister really had gotten us in the habit of running 3 miles a day as a part of like our workout plan, because that was something that really helped her transform her body. And we all have my dad's build, so we're just very thick. And I think that that's really something that we tried to use to like keep us motivated if we didn't want to do like weightlifting and things like that. So anyway, I've always kind of ran in some way, shape, or form. But with my new training, what makes it difficult is that you have to do long distance runs, which means that you're running like over 6 or 7 miles on a day, and that can be really challenging. So God loves me, and I got an email and it was like, if you want to switch your marathon to a half marathon, respond to this email as soon as possible. Well, I literally texted my sisters and was like, okay, I already told you guys since the beginning I was down to do the half marathon, and I might not get this opportunity again. Oh my gosh, my voice is dying. Let me get some water. So much life update, you guys. So I basically was like, we might not get this opportunity again. If you girls are still considering doing the full marathon, like, you know, I wish you the best of luck, but I have to do what's best for me, and I think I'd rather do the half marathon. So we all like started responding back to the group text, and everybody's like, you know, having their opinions on everything. But long story short, I decided to do the half, and I have finally got my confirmation saying I'm doing the half, which I'm so happy about because I can't even imagine doing 26 miles at all. Like, I've only done, I think the max is like 4.5 miles. And I don't even want to think about what 13 is going to feel like, because now the half is 13 miles. So I'm just going to stay optimistic, but we'll see how that goes. Right now I just finished using the e.l.f. concealer, and this is in the color Light Sand. This concealer, I've been using it a lot lately, and I've noticed that it does not crease easily like throughout the day, which is something I really like. And normally for me, I just put it underneath my eyes and then just a little in the center just to kind of brighten it up. But I've always said that I like a no makeup look, or just like a more natural look. That's kind of like my go-to. So that's what we're rocking with for the base. I did totally forget to put on the primer. And honestly, I never really used e.l.f. as much as I do now. And I really feel like the reason why I gravitate towards it a lot is, one, the price point, and two, I really feel like it gives the look of a more natural skin-like look. And I really like this primer because it's very tacky as soon as you put it on, and your makeup just doesn't slip. Today I'm not going anywhere, so obviously if it doesn't hold up, it's fine. But normally I would make sure not to skip this step because that's like a key point. But it is what it is. I recently laminated my eyebrows again, and you guys, I have to tell you, I was so bad at my eyebrows before. I used to just pluck them and do whatever I wanted to them, but I stayed consistent with going to a brow artist and really making sure that I'm not like touching them throughout the times that I'm like in between appointments, and it's made such a difference. Like, my brows look so nice now, and it's crazy. So what I'm going to do is, I'm blind, so I need to use a close-up mirror. I'm going to do my brow. What I do when I have my brows laminated is I just comb them upwards, and then I just fill in the areas that look like a little more sparse, or wherever I feel like I want it more defined. Right now I'm using the NYX Lift and Snatch brow little marker here. And this is actually in the color Brunette. So I'm just going to use this one on my brow. And normally I just kind of like flick it upwards. And like I said, I'm just going to use it in the areas that look a little more sparse. So aside from the marathon, a few other things that have been exciting is I did meet my favorite influencer, and I'm so sorry if I have like a lisp a little bit because I got a permanent retainer installed and I'm gonna get it removed because it's just annoying. But I had gotten it installed because my teeth were still moving under my permanent retainer. And after spending like $2 grand on fixing my teeth, I was like, there's no way that these are moving. Like, that's like stupid. So they installed this permanent retainer, but it's just not working for me. It already broke, and it's just expensive to replace when it breaks, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. So anyway, that long story short, I'm sorry if I have a lisp, but I also wanted to tell you that I met my favorite influencer. So if you guys follow e.l.f. I got to meet her in person. I went to the Josie Moran event, and first of all, this was probably the most pop-in slash like where was the budget? Like, I'm pretty sure that they had budget for this event. It was just gorgeous from the minute you walked into the actual event to the minute you left. Like, everything was on brand. And when people say it's very on brand, it means that all the small details added up to what the purpose of the event was. So coming from the main entrance, like, you knew you were at the event. You could see that the color theme was there, so their invite matched that. The presentation of the products was there, so it was easy to do like your content for the videos. And they had just so much activities for you to do there, so it wasn't like you're just standing around bored. It was very interactive, and you can also mix and mingle with other content creators, individuals that work behind the brand, and it was just like a really like awesome event to go to. I was so thankful that my bestie took me with him, because that was like the best event of the year to me, because obviously I haven't gone to that many, but the ones I have gone to, this one definitely stood out. And just meeting her was so cool. At first I was like, you know what, seeing her from a distance is good enough, because when I tell you everybody walked up to her, like everybody went to go talk to her. And I was already on my way out, so I had told my friend, like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, I don't have to meet her. Like, seeing her is cool enough. And he was like, bitch, you might not get this opportunity again. You might as well just go say hi. And I was like, no, like, I just feel weird. And I just, like, was talking myself out of it, which is so stupid. And then finally he was like, girl, just go up to her. And then he did one up. He started taking videos and everything, which was so sweet of him. So it was just a great experience, and I was so happy to have that marked off my bucket list. I know that's so funny, but everybody has somebody that they would love to meet in person, and that was definitely one of them for me. And I also just felt like that was the first event I went to that I didn't really care if people didn't talk to me, or if people just like had no interest in who I was, because a lot of time some of these events that I go to, the influencers that are there are pretty well known in the beauty industry. So when they see somebody like me who probably looks regular and I'm not all like glam like they are, I think that they probably just like, whatever, I don't need to talk to this girl. But I've just learned to understand that at the end of the day I have something to offer as well. So I don't take it personal, and I just let the natural connections come, because I'm not going to sit there and compare myself. That's just unhealthy, and it's okay to be in a different, you know, path than someone else. And it's an honor to be around a lot of these content creators that I do see online and like follow their content. And if we do have a conversation, great. And if we don't, then that's okay too. Like, honey, we're still in the same room as each other, and I'm on my own journey, so there's no comparison. Right now, I just use the Fit Me powder, and that one I just like to use with like a really like easy brush to just get around certain areas to kind of just kill the oil in a way. I also like to mix it with my Charlotte Tilbury, and this is in the shade 1. Go figure. Everything is like shade 1 or 2 for me. So I just like to kind of get into these little areas and tap down my oils. A lot of people always ask me what's my skin type, and to be honest with you, I'm actually really dry, and I have a little bit of eczema, so I always try to make sure that I'm over hydrating my skin, because believe it or not, it just is always dry. So now I'm going to go in with the Ariana Grande bronzer. This is in Solar Storm. I've used this like crazy. I'm about to like hit pan, and I haven't decided if I like it or not yet, even after using it this much. I think that what bothers me about it is sometimes I feel like it's too much on the reddish brown side, and it kind of makes me look a little like sunburned, where like I want like more of like a natural bronze, because I'm so light skinned. Like, it's hard to find a good bronzer sometimes, because you know, it just can either make you look like really dirty and dusty, or it can make you look like you're sunburned and red. So I'm just in between. I mean, I do love it because it's easy to go on, and I do like the actual shade, but again, like when I put it on myself, sometimes I feel like it could look a little red in like different lighting. But You guys let me know. Drop a comment and tell me if you think it's too red on me. I did have a girl come up to me one time and she was like, did you like go out to the beach? And I'm like, no. And she's like, you look sunburned. And I was like, no, girl. It's just my bronzer, but you know, thanks for letting me know. So I just don't take it personal. Speaking of summer, I have been trying to be more outside and just trying to be an outdoorsy type of person. And I have to thank George because he got me these really awesome fans. They actually are on Amazon and you can plug them into your phone. You can see the adapter. So you can plug it into your cell phone and it just like spins. And I never thought of being like the type of person who needs this, but it's definitely something I need. So you see it has both adapters, which is like really cool. But I actually put this in my iPad. So if I'm doing stuff on my iPad, I have this on my iPad so that I could also have like fresh air, which is so extra, but it just works so well. So I highly, highly, highly recommend if you don't have a fan to take with you, like definitely get one. I do have like my old school one too, so I do have like something like this for when I'm hot, but it's just been so hot. I'm ready for it to cool down and just get into the fall vibes. So at the Josie Moran event, just to like go back again, they gave us a bunch of free product to take, and I got this body butter in vanilla vibes, and everybody that I spoke to there kept telling me that they were not the biggest fans of that fragrance because it was like too sweet. But I actually tried it on at home and I was like, y'all are tripping. Like, this is actually one of the best scents to me. Like, I first used the tangerine one. It was the topless tangerine, and I thought I was gonna like it, and I was like, it reminds me of incense. Like, the incense smells like very like woodsy and like musky, and not that it doesn't smell good, but it does smell good, but it just smells different on your skin. And I like have been wearing it. I'm almost done with like the body butter, and I was like, no, I think I like the vanilla one a lot more than I do the topless tangerine. And another thing too, like I noticed that the body butter, it really, really, really does hydrate your skin. So I've been using it especially on my legs because I have very, very dry legs. And it has made such a difference on my skin. Like, it just looks so much more healthier and like a lot more glowy. So I'm going to keep using it to see like any difference. It does have argan oil in it, so I think that makes a big difference as well. And I also have seen a huge difference in my sunburn because I also got sunburned at the event, and it just helped like my sunburn too. So like you can see my tan here, and it just like as soon as I like came home, I put aloe vera, but I also kept like hydrating with the argan oil, and it just made my skin like not peel, which is like usually for me, if I get sunburned, I peel like right away, and it actually kind of helped with that not happening. So that was really good. And yeah, so right now I'm playing around and I'm putting on some blush. This is actually a blush from Colourpop, and it's in the color Nude to You. One thing you'll notice about me when you watch my channel is I do not have like a plethora of makeup. I used to have so much makeup that it was like, okay, at some point like you have to throw it away because it cannot like be lasting this long. Like, it has to be expired. I know some people don't throw their makeup away. That's a decision you can make on your own, but I just felt like I was like, you know what, this is just not good. Like, I need to have a better method to this. And I'm more of like a minimalist. I don't like to have so much stuff. I used to have like an organizing business, so definitely having minimal items is something that I tend to strive for. So now I've just been like really only using my makeup up until the point where it's obviously gone, and then I'll go try new products. But there's like certain things that I definitely will not replace in my routine, which for me right now it would be the e.l.f. Halo Glow. Like I said, I use this religiously. The e.l.f. concealer definitely would not replace that. and the primer. Like those three things are definitely something that I will not replace in my routine. I don't really use too much setting powder, but this has lasted me so long that I don't think I need to get one anytime soon. And then for blush, like eventually I'll probably try something else, but I really like the shade. But I do think I want to go with something a little more pink than like this right now. But we'll see. Like I said, I'm just going to keep using it. Another thing that I like to do with my makeup routine lately is obviously do a little bit of like a kind of something to my eye. Honestly, I sometimes don't even like to wear mascara. I just go out like this. But I just want to try something different today. I was watching some of my older videos and I saw that I had like black liner on the bottom. So we're probably going to do something with like liner today and see how it looks. So let's see if I could do it on camera. So I think I'm going to do a tight line on the top just so that you can't see so much of this. And then I might do something on the bottom. Let's see if I can do it with this. Is anybody else doing the Long Beach Marathon? And if you are you doing the full marathon or are you doing the half? And if you're not doing the marathon, is it something you would consider doing in the future? Or are you just like, no girl, you guys can keep running and I'm gonna stick to something else. I think like now being in my 30s, it's so important to find like a hobby because it's not cool to like be bored all the time and not have anything to do. Like I think it's nice to like have a community to go to. So if you like don't have a hobby, I think it's healthy to like find one and like get yourself like somebody to do something with. George actually decided he's not going to do the marathon. He's going to bike it instead, which when I first met George, he used to always do biking. So I'm really proud of him for making that decision because he could have easily been like, no, I'm going to do what you're doing, but he decided to do his own thing, which is healthy. So I'm going to go in with the white eyeliner now on my tear duct. And I'm just going to like outline this. So basically what I'm trying to do with the liner, and this is kind of like an inspo from the shirt because this gives me like a lot of like 90 vibes. I'm going to line the inner liner so that my eye appears bigger. And I think because you guys are so cool, I'm going to throw lashes on and see how that goes. So for those of you who actually follow me on other social media, I'm sure you guys have seen that I applied for Sephora Squad. That's like another life update I totally forgot about. So I applied for Sephora Squad, and for some of you who are like, what the hell is Sephora Squad? I'm gonna fill you in. So if you ever want to do it, you'll know what it is. So when I worked at Sephora, maybe around, oh my gosh, I feel like it must have been like 2018, 2019, maybe 2020. Let's just say circa around that year. They launched this thing called Sephora Squad. And Sephora Squad was made so that employees and like creators who are not employees of Sephora could basically join a squad, which is like Sephora ambassadors, and they give you access to brands, events, resources, campaigns. Basically you could do a lot of different content creation type of deals through Sephora, and Sephora is basically helping you achieve these things. And one of my really good friends who I'm always with is actually on Sephora Squad and has done it for, I want to say, about 4 years, and he's just been thriving with it, and he was one of like the pioneers in applying for it when it first came out. So this year I kind of was just thinking to myself, like, since I have a struggle with getting more opportunities through my social media by doing it on my own, why not try to do it through Sephora Squad? Because I have worked for the brand before, and not only that, but I also understand like what it goes into it, and I've done a lot of my own research on it. So I finally applied for it, and I've just been trying to get all my testimonials together and really just trying to put myself out there. One of the things that I will say is a lot of the people who apply for Sephora Squad, like a lot of the content creators, they have already established, like, you know, relationships with brands. They more than likely already get PR. They are pretty much already, like, you know, going to events regularly. Where someone like me, I don't have 1,000 followers and I am a small creator, and I also just do content like for myself pretty much, because I do it for my audience, but I also do it based off of things that I really do love, and I don't have any PR or anybody who is like sending me things. So all my content is pretty much original, and I don't try to fake it or anything like that. I have also learned that when you are in this industry, you have to be consistent, and that's just with any industry. It's not just content creating, but when you have a video that goes viral, you have to maximize off of it. So that's like the part where you have to keep posting videos, because people are constantly looking at your page, or they're looking at a video that went viral and now they want to like kind of see more. So that's like one of the things that I've noticed, like especially with recent postings that I've had, I had to post more, because now that like my page is kind of coming up more, I have to make sure that I'm putting out the content. So we'll see how that goes. But in the meantime, if you guys do follow me on YouTube or on TikTok or on Instagram and you haven't left me a testimonial, there is a link in my bio that you can click, and it says Sephora Squad testimonial, and you could drop me a testimonial there. Honestly, I'm not expecting anything out of this. Like, I'm expecting just that what's going to happen is going to happen. So I'm not stressing out over the numbers, because realistically I have fell into that trap and I've looked at other people's numbers and I'm like, I'm not even close, but it's fine. I'm not like stressing about it. So it is what it is. Now that we've done the eyeliner and the tight lining, I'm doing my mascara. So the mascara that I love to use, which probably would also be a product I would never replace, is my L'Oreal Voluminous mascara. This is like the best mascara for me. Like, I definitely feel like this mascara holds my lashes up and I never have issues with it. I normally have very sensitive eyes, and this just like saves me every time. If I really wanted to last longer, I usually would get like the waterproof one, but right now I'm just using the regular one. So I'm just going in and putting a couple of coats. I tried to do maybe more than like 4 coats. I don't know if that's what you guys do, but I've just noticed like my lashes are pretty thin, so I tried to thicken them up with the mascara, but I also don't want them to look like clumpy. And then once I'm done with like the top, so you guys can kind of see it, I'm going to hit the bottom line as well with some mascara, just to make it look a little bit more fuller. So I was like pretty excited about doing this video, because I also wanted to share with you guys that I have successfully completed couples therapy. Now, I don't know if I've talked about this in like other videos, but George and I were doing couples therapy for over 2 years, and we finally have gotten to the point where we have graduated and we just no longer really need it. And it's really exciting because it has been a long journey for the two of us, and it's just been it's been ups and downs, but mainly a lot of progression and like growth. So we have our final session next week, and it's just so crazy to think that it is coming to an end. And if anybody out there wants like more information on like couples therapy, or you want me to make like a video about the platform that we were using and like kind of more in depth on like what to expect and like what we got out of it, I could do a video for you guys. It could be just a video with me, or I could see if George would do the video with me together and you guys could ask us questions or whatever. But I definitely am very excited about this new chapter and now putting our learnings to the test, so that's exciting. I wasn't sure if I was going to like the liner the way I did it, but I actually really like it, and I'm debating if I should have went further with the liner on the bottom to make it more cat eye. But my eyes look really wide open, which is good. So I think this looks pretty cool. So this is like the liner. So what I was thinking is I should have brought it in a little more. We can try it. I mean, it's just makeup. If it's ugly, it's ugly. If we like it, we like it. But I'm going to try to bring it in a little more. So that would be in a little more. I think it might have looked better the way it was, but it's so funny because I'm so like whatever when it comes to makeup. I just do whatever I want. I don't make it like this whole big thing, but I actually don't mind it. I don't know, it's kind of cool. I think I'm going to do a little more on the bottom and then try to connect it like that. So anyway, what else are you guys curious about? Is there anything you guys would like to know? I know last year a lot of people were really just inspired to start their own channels once they watched mine. So if you did start your own channel and you're a follower, shoot me your page or drop me a comment so I can check it out. But I'm really proud of those of you who took the risk, because starting your own channel is scary, but at the same time it's so much fun, especially if you really like creating the content. It makes it more fun. Okay, so I need to drink more water. I'm thirsty. I recently cut my hair and I'm still in a love-hate relationship with it. I like it, but then sometimes I don't. But we'll just say I like it. So then next thing I want to do, I already had like lip gloss on. I'm just going to do a little lip liner, just a little more. So I think for the most part I've given you guys a full life update. The only thing that I'll be doing the rest of today is laying on the couch and watching movies. George and I have been on a movie binge of just like watching movies that one of us hasn't seen that the other has maybe. So we just finished watching Gladiator, and I have watched that movie and so has George, but we just wanted to watch it again, and we were like, oh my gosh, this movie has so many life lessons. And it was funny because that whole freaking week everything was tying into the movie, which is like hilarious. But today I'm going to show him the Tina Turner movie because he's never seen it, which I cannot believe he hasn't seen that movie. I remember my mom showed it to us when we were young and we watched it like, I don't even know how many times I've seen that movie, but he hasn't seen it, so he's gonna watch it with me today. And the liner doesn't look bad, you guys. I actually don't mind it. So what we're gonna do now is we're just waiting for my lashes to dry so I can curl them. And I'm not gonna be doing any of the lashes because I just don't want to. And this is such a cute fan that I got from the Topicals event. It has like a bunch of different speeds. Me and George were like tripping over that. Like, look how fast it's going. And it like lights up. It's like so cute. Okay, that's enough. Normally I have like a different fan in here, but it usually has too much noise in my videos, so I have like 2 little fans on the side of me to save my life so I don't melt in here. So that's pretty much it. We're gonna just do curler now, And I'm using my Sephora lash curler. And I'm just going to curl my lashes up. I don't really do lashes. I don't know. It's just not me. I feel like I look like a caterpillar with lashes on. So I just try to do like what works for me. One thing too that I wanted to tell you guys with that Fit Me powder, the loose powder, whenever I use it under my eye, if I get like makeup or something underneath there, it usually just brushes off. So it makes it like a lot easier for cleanup also. So like today with like the eyeliner, it might like kind of get rubbed off or something, but it usually comes off. Can you guys believe we're in the end of the year already? We're already in September. We're in the last 4 months of the year. It's insane how quick time goes by sometimes. So now that I've pretty much done that, I just want to fix this liner on this side a little bit at the bottom. And then we are good to go. I hope you guys had a good time chilling with me today. And maybe I showed you like a different routine than you normally do if you're trying to simplify your look. But this is just like a fun little look. I mean, like I said, I kind of went off of my shirt theme. It wasn't anything crazy. A little more simple. So this looks good. Alright, let's get this hair down. So this is my new haircut. You guys can see. Still don't know if I love it or not, but it is what it is. I like the front pieces, but I just feel like it's on that weird length. Like I feel like I maybe should have cut it, like if I was gonna cut it short, I should have just went shorter. But my hair grows like crazy, so I'm sure it'll get back to normal in a few. But this is the final look. Just like a fun little 90s look. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.